Hello, everybody hear me okay? Well, it's maybe a few minutes early, but let's start this live stream. Actually, I just got to adjust a few things here for a sec, so bear with me. I was able to fix the camera tripod. I had to rethread it. Actually, it was quite a job. That thread was really tight in there when I would try to put the other one in, but now I've got it to the correct camera thread, so that's good. I had a kid's school today had Remembrance Day services, so that was good too. Okay, come here, my little camera. There. I think that window is mucking with the lighting. Anyway, well, let's try that. Guess it wouldn't hurt. Hello, everybody. Welcome aboard. Thanks for the thumbs up to the one person that's there. There we go. Okay, so 1 minute in. Let's begin. So, how many people out there like to build models of vans? That's what our topic is for today, and I've got quite a few to show, as well as some to even tell, so that'll be good. Okay, so beginning off. Now, I don't know how many of you have seen all the unboxings that I've done, but I know this one is on my channel. This, of course, is the AMT 1923 van or delivery van. Now, this one is quite a nice model kit. You can build it one of many different ways. Stock, of course, but again, very nice. Some pretty cool decals in here with all the different things. So that's always cool. It was so cool, in fact, that AMT ended up making another one. A little later on, this, of course, is the Coca-Cola van. I don't know how many of you out there have actually built this before, but I mean, look at all the decals you get for Coca-Cola. It's always a good one. Here, of course, we have the Model T engine, as you can see, the old flat 4, as well as the radiator with the crank. Crank your engine up, your steering wheel, and your parking brake, and of course, these nice spoke wheels. And Coca-Cola guy again. And I do like AMT now that they actually show a representation of the parts tree underneath, and then you can easily see all the different panels and pieces that are in there. So how many of you have actually built this one, have it displayed on your shelf somewhere? We'd love to see your pictures over on our Facebook page for Monster Hobbies, of course, which I don't really have the link here in this chat to do that with. However, I guess it doesn't matter. So another one of the vans I have unboxed in the past is, of course, the Paddy Wagon by Mpc. This, of course, is a super snap together. Of course, of course. I think I'm saying of course a lot. No one's here to correct me. Anyway, this here is a nice one. Now, I know that AM or Round 2 has re-released this. Not recently, but a while ago. This was sort of the old one. I do believe this was under uh, RC2. I don't know. I'm not seeing the thing. Nope, this is Round 2. Okay, so this would have been maybe when Round 2 started up. So that would be about somewhere around 2010, I think. Maybe some of you know the exact date. I forgot. Time marches on. But look at all the nice details you get on here, all these different wheels, and of course the flashers up top, and then the great decals. Oh, I know what. This one has come out again. It's a Monopoly Paddy Wagon, in case you remember. So this is what it was previous to this, which was the Police Paddy Wagon. Still a very nice kit. I think I'm going to have something fall down over there. Okay, so carrying on with our vans. The next one is the AMT Willys van for 1933. How many of you out there have built this thing before? Well, again, another great one. I've built the Willys coupe drag racer. So this one goes together in the same way. It's got the same frame. It's got the same front end. Got the same squinky eye. Yeah, so it's got all the wheels, the drag bar underneath, or sorry, the wheelie bar underneath. Again, this is earlier, so this would be under Round 2, RC2, pardon me. So that's basically what we got, the leaping lorry. Oh, I thought I turned the box around. So there's that great big Ford 428 motor, or 429, I believe, the single overhead cam, very excellent for drag racing. And again, we've got our nice bucket seats there and the steering console and all of that. So another great one of the classics. Yeah, I should show you what I'm doing over here. All right. Oh, somebody put in there waiting for me on the 18 plus. There you go. Really. So am I going to get bombarded with this guy here? Is there a way to block him? Oh, let's just go report. Here, I can report you right on my live stream for doing that. Unwanted pornography. There you go. Report. Have a nice day. Don't do it again. The one only person writing a message has to be that, eh? Woo, not the kind of Monster Hobbies live stream we want. Let's just report the third one for you, too. There you go. Have a nice day. Okay. Wait. All right. Let's get this camera out of the tripod. So for those of you interested, there's my stack that we have today. Something to check out. Okay. Oh, this guy's still going on here. Oh, no, wait, never mind. That was... Okay. There. I have got rid of all the non-wanted comments for the day. Okay, so carrying on. We've got this nice one. The Revell Monogram 37 Ford panel delivery. Now, I remember when this one came out, it was sort of met with mixed reviews, actually. So that's why we see this super value 496 sticker on here. That's in Canadian. So that's like 50 cents to everyone tuning in from the US with our money exchange. But at any rate, this one was nice, though. It's got the Blondie decals off the side. You can also build it as a coffee wagon. Very nice. I've got a review of this on my channel, of course, an unboxing, an older one. But lots of nice detail. And I know this has come out again. I think the second time it came out, it was actually received a bit better. But I know for a fact back in the 90s here, when did this come out? 1997. These ended up a lot in the discount bins, which is kind of sad because when you look inside this thing on my review, you see just how excellent this is. The parts all fit together nice and tight. Have any of you built this out there? If so, let me know. I highly recommend it. Okay, I'm just going to clear this up a little. Some of the stuff I can edit out in a regular video, but not in a live stream. Okay, let's grab... Oh, I wanted to show you this. So here's one of the ones that I've built. There we've got the 1937 Chevy Panel. This would be the sedan delivery. This one's nice if you can find one. It's got opening door in the back. You can see all the nice detail inside. This I should put on my Monster Hobbies show and tell, model car garage show and tell. But again, time frame. There's that motor underneath there. Chevy 427 blown. You'd never be able to tell with the hood on. You could actually almost build this stock if you could find a 1/24th scale. Whoa. 1/24 scale Chevy straight six. That'd be pretty amazing. What would that be in? 1953 Corvette, maybe? 53 Chevy from Monogram. Oh, before I go down to there. So there's another one here, but I don't have a lid. So I can show you the instruction sheet. It's, of course, the AMT 1940 Ford sedan delivery. And I've started to work on this one. I've got a rainbow colored series of 39 and 40 Fords because I like the way they look. But here's where I'm, oops. Okay, that go under there. Here's where I am with it so far. Painted it orange. Gonna do this as an orange crush van. Those decals I got from the Monogram Garage series. Remember, comes with the cardboard building. One of them is a hotel. The other one is, what was it? McDonald's. Those ones from about the end of the 90s. There's the frame. Got that painted flat black. Cleaned up all the seam lines with my number 16 hobby blade and all the rest. Yeah, some good times. Okay, put that somewhere safe where I won't knock it. Oh. And then next up, got the Monogram Bad Actor. Now, I have. Do any of you remember this from old Hot Wheels advertising? This was actually in the 1968 Hot Wheels catalog at the back because they kind of had a relationship with Monogram at the time. So they had this one, but it wasn't the Bad Actor. It was, what was it? The Street Warrior, I believe. The one that's orange and the box art's different. Bad Actor kind of came out in the early 80s. This was one I wanted to do in an unboxing, but it's a bit warped inside. I can't remember what the other reason was why I haven't done this as an unboxing. Copyright 1980. This one's been around a long time. Anyway, it's an oldie but a goodie. It's supposed to be a 1960 Chevy. 1960 Chevy wagon. I could read the side for you. Watch out for the Bad Actor. Watch out! That's no ordinary 1960 Chevy delivery sedan with its front end spoiler, offset hood scoops, ribbed roof. I'm getting double vision here. These glasses are bad. Centerline alloy wheels and Goodyear tires. It's been transformed into a sleek and speedy street machine. Take a look at its racy lines. Detailed chassis, sunroof. Remember, sunroofs were a big deal at one time. Where are we here? Sunroof and custom interior. Then tilt up the front end to see the realistic Chevy V8 engine. In 124 scale, it's 8 7/16 of an inch long and is molded in off-white with clear and plated parts and colorful decals. May be painted to match photos on box. Now, for those of you tuning in that speak, let's see, Dutch, we've got Dizzy Chevrolet. No, I'm just kidding. But it does have all those languages there. So that's always good. Okay, so moving away from the 50s, we have this one here. This one is cool. My good friend James, I actually ended up buying this off him. Look at that sun flare right by my face. This is worse than watching a Star Trek movie. Anyway, right, so I got this one off him, the Chevrolet Mini Motorhome. This one is cool. I used the cover of this for my Scout videos over on my Madcap Romanian channel. And that, of course, was when we were doing the Grade 8 Challenge. 8 different challenges from Les Stroud, the Survivor Man. And of course, I made videos. That was kind of interesting when I made these videos because the idea was that the Scout kids, because I'm a Scouter in our Scout group. So, hey, yeah, thanks, Harry. This one's cool. I was glad I was able to get it. Oh, the webcam guy is back too. Hi, I'm waiting for you on 18 plus stream. Yeah, get lost. Anyway, yeah, well, fun development. We get all kinds at Monster Hobbies, I guess. All right. Hijacking my web stream with that. The screen went black. Well, that's not good. Hopefully I'll come back on. I can't see what's going on your side. Anyway, as I was saying, so this van, I made up a bunch of 8 videos. Oh, by the way, there's the different ways you can build this. You can build it with windows or without. And then there is the sunroof and all the rest. The little kitchen down below. Everybody's screen's going off? What's going on? It's not my camera. I can see me. Black, we can hear you. Should I keep talking? Probably. Use your imagination. God, what's going on with this thing? Good old YouTube. I wonder if I have to restart. I don't know. Technical difficulties. What do I push on my end to get this to happen? Camera. I don't know. There's no button saying Danger Will Robertson or anything. Restart, you think? Oh, Paint Namer has the picture again. Okay, maybe it's something on YouTube's end. I don't know. Maybe there's a delay with the stream. I don't know. Don't cross the streams. Maybe it's a kidney stone. Okay, anyway. So there you get your Chevy engine. There's your frame underneath. Yeah, keep trying. We've got 3 people watching and only 2 commenting. So, and then the one that wants you to see the dirty webcams. Okay, good, good. That's good. All right, so looking at this again, we've got our Chevy engine. There's all the frame and undercarriage. Then we've got our steering wheel and different wheels and tires, and some custom mag wheels. Okay, well, Harry, we'll try to work with you, I guess. As long as you can still hear me. You must do what the thing says. Anyway, I'll carry on with that story about the van. So we had to make these 8 different challenges, and they're all based around Scout things. So the first one was cooking on a something you've never made before on a stove. So as the kids were doing this, we did it as a group, and then you could also have the choice of doing this on a YouTube channel or something like that. So I, of course, have cameras and stuff, and I made up all these little 8 videos. And then we're supposed to be getting this badge for the grade 8 challenge. Has all 8 little badges in a thing. So anyway, for a screen and whatnot, I used that van model kit, the camper. And this became known as the Scouter Trevor camper. And now all I have to do is do an unboxing of that kit and then build it, because I wanted to build it like that. So next up, of course, is what's coming up this Friday, the Charlie's Angels van. This one, again, is pretty cool. Should be a nice unboxing. Very pink, if you guys like pink or know somebody who does. Someone in your immediate family. Anyway, interesting on Charlie's Angels, though, because on the box, it's got Farrah Fawcett Majors and, oh, the other girls. Oh, right here. Kate Jackson, Farrah Fawcett Majors, and Jacqueline Smith. Okay. Then in the write-up, though, it has Cheryl Ladd as Chris. And then I was looking at Charlie's Angels, and the original 3 girls got replaced by another set of 3 girls. And then, of course, we got the movie in the 90s with Lucy Liu, Cameron Diaz, and the third girl. And then there was another movie that came out in the early 2000s, and then there was another movie, and then there was another movie, and now there's a current movie that came out in 2019. So the Angels are still going good. I guess Charlie's still around. That's who we need here. We need Big Charlie, speaking of Charlie. So anyway, there's the interior, and you can see all these throw pillows and everything in there. The side panels in this are all separate. I shouldn't talk too much about this. Then you guys will say, what's the point of watching the video? But the detail is nice and deep and crisp. I love it when they do separate side panels. It's always the best. You'll see when we do the 77 AMT Ford unboxing the following week, just how one molded big interior just doesn't work for those. Anyway, you guys all saw this one. What do you think of that? The 77 Chevy Panel van. This, of course, is a Monogram kit, not a Revell. But, of course, Revell Monogram ended up marrying each other and taking each other's stuff 50-50 in the divorce. No, I know. No, they're not divorced. But, well, I guess they're divorced out of Hobbyco now. No longer part of the American Revell. Now, I guess maybe one day we'll see this with Atlantis on it. Hard to know. Yeah, this one was nice. Hey, Harry. Okay, we're going to have another big collapse over there. Not careful. Okay, so on loan again. This one's kind of fun. This one's coming out in a week from now. This is the 77 Ford cruising van. Now you may be thinking, oh yeah, RC2, that's cool. Yeah, no, guess what? It is original T481 Terminator kit from 1977. It will be back. Anyway, you know what's cool on this? They have this whole write-up on the CB language, the slang and everything. So set your time machines back to 1977, good buddy, because I will read this, because I didn't do it in my video, but it's so cool. Okay, hold on. I'm getting depth perception problems. Welcome to 47. CB's language. CB, the Citizens Band radio, is the hottest thing on wheels. Truckers started the craze, talking with their good buddies out on the interstate highways. Now the public is getting into CB. This was like 1977's version of the internet, CB radios. Getting into CBs with over 10 million units presently in use. 10 million. I actually had a CB. I got it secondhand in the 90s. I tried to contact someone on it. I could hear them, they couldn't hear me. And it was kind of upsetting because they were talking about where do you get radio tubes? And my dad has a big box of radio tubes. So I was going to try to good buddy them some radio tubes, and I could not get that thing to get out there. But it picked up. Anyway, and I knew a guy that fixed Motorola CBs, but we never really got together on that one. Okay, where are we? It is an extremely useful communications tool, enabling motorists to keep each other aware of changing road conditions due to weather, accidents, and other driving hazards. CB has been a lifesaver, getting aid quickly to the scene of trouble, and it's entertaining as well, with a colorful descriptive language all its own. There's a 1/25th scale CB radio and antennas included with this kit to help you understand the fascinating world of CB channel lingo. We're listening we're listing some of the more commonly used terms. Get your ears on, good buddies. All right, ready for this? Adios, leaving the air. Back door, last of a line of vehicles in radio contact. Bear is the police. Big dummy, affectionate trucker's term, good buddy. Big ears, good receiver. Black and white, police car. Bobtail, a semi-tractor running without a trailer. Breaker, what you say to get on a channel. Brake, sorry, not breaker. Brake 19. Choo-choo train, semi-hauling 2 trailers. Convoy. All right, everybody ready to sing? No, please don't. It's a group of travelers driving together. Diesel digit -19, the trucker's channel. Double nickel, 55 miles an hour. A dragon wagon is a wrecker. Your ears are the CB antenna. 18-wheeler, a tandem axle truck and trailer. Feed the bears is to pay a ticket. Flip side, return trip. Catch you on the flip side. 40 weight is coffee. Front door, first in line of vehicles in radio contact. Got your ears on. Do you hear me? Handle is a CB nickname. Hole in the wall is a tunnel. Honey bear, female trooper. Keep the shiny side up and the greasy side down. Have a safe trip. Be nice if Big Charlie was on here. He could confirm all this. Maybe he'll tune in later. Motion lotion, gasoline or diesel fuel. Nap trap, motel or rest area. On the peg, driving at the legal speed limit. Plain wrapper, unmarked police car. Portable parking lot is an auto carrier. Portable stockyards is a cattle hauler. Put the hammer down, floor to the accelerator, or pedal to the metal. Shaky Town is Los Angeles because of its earthquakes. Smoky Bear is a highway patrol. 10-4, okay. Affirmative, message received. A twister is a highway interchange. And wall-to-wall, treetop tall, loud and clear signal. All right. So there you go. There's all the breaker codes. Rubber ducky, yeah. Yeah, the graphics are cool on this for sure. Yeah, all fun. I wonder if people still actually talk like that on the CB radios, or did that die in like 82 or something? Okay, so speaking of that same Ford van, now we've got our Coca-Cola derivative here. And this one is fairly recent to round two, although it's still that 77 van. And there's what it looks like. I'm kind of tossed between doing this in the red or doing it in white. I've also got the 53 Ford. It's not a van though. And again, same sort of problem, although it's complicated by three because that one has all the custom pieces from the 50s on it. Again, you can see all those nice Coca-Cola decals. And then off this side, I really like that they're going back to the original drawn box tops and not like in the 90s where it was all just photographs and they look terrible, because apparently photographs are the true picture. No one can use their imagination, and everybody was all upset about, getting a model that looked like this, and then they couldn't make it look like that on the box art or whatever was going on. I like nostalgia. I like the art. Okay, so here's another one that's coming up. This one's going to be unboxed, I think, 2 weeks from now. This is the Cuckoo Nest. Again, another 77 Ford van, but if anything screams out 70s, this is it. This one, of course, has those nice Krager style mag wheels on there. Look at those tires. You never get stuck in the mud with that. There's the Cuckoo there. Now, I've hooked up with someone on YouTube that does some cooking show. So I'm going to actually say on this unboxing, I'm going to do a little mini 40-second commercial for their channel. They also have it on YouTube, and I've been cooking their meals and eating them. So it's good stuff. There's that light flare again. I wonder if I move, will my head disappear? Maybe not. That's the problem. I got to find curtains over to that window. Just take a break from this for a sec. See, I still got that there. So when I had to close down my hobby shop, I had to put all this stuff. Oh, I won't put. Now, let's see. Well, there we go. Let's move there. So in that little space just behind the vintage printer is a whole bunch of books that are like 30 feet into the room, leading up to that window that's putting all this stupid light in there. So in order to block that out, I have to actually physically move about 10 pounds of stuff to get there. Nobody wants to do that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So there we go. Yeah, but getting back to the Cuckoo's Nest, so there's a lot of things there. Very nice. Yeah, and that YouTube channel with the food, you can cook it very quickly. They show you step by step how to do it. So I've been doing it, having some good meals. Let's see, hey, maybe I should read that right up. Van fans, here's Ford's newest goodie box, all tricked out with a cargo of custom gear for cruising in style. It's looking good because it's wearing the latest in macho wheels and tires. Sorry, macho. Wheels and tires, peekaboo portholes, a custom hood grill combo, and supercharged colorful decals. There's captain chair buckets, CB radio for rapping, and a heavy breathing V8 in the engine room, plus lots more ready and waiting. Make this beauty yours now. Well, I did, and I'm holding it. Painting your model. I like this because I used to use the old testers paints on these, and they gave you the number. Use only paint for styrene plastic models. You can create your own color scheme or follow the box cover illustration. For additional color detailing, refer to instruction sheet. The following paints are suggested to duplicate cover illustration. Cover illustration, ready? They are Testers 1642 Lime Gold Metal Flake. Tasty. Testers 1149 Flat Black, of course, the Testers standard of the universe. Flat black body and grille accents, chassis and interior. Testers 1167 Flat Desert Tan interior, and Testers 1146 Silver for the body trim. Remember when you had to hand paint the silver before bare metal foil came and saved the world? What year is it from, Harry? Let's see. Does it say? American AMT Corporation, then they give the address. Well, it's a 77 van, so it's got to be from about there. I could always reconfirm on ScaleMates, but that is my assumption. It's the T420, and the 77 cruising van is T481, terminating you. Thought Tester Silver was the standard. I think flat black would, because you'd have to paint more things flat black than silver still. So the idea behind the lime gold metal flake, by the way, is you paint the whole thing aluminum or gold. Then you paint that lime green on the top, because any metallic is translucent. Do I have that right? Transparent means it's invisible. Translucent means it's opaque. Anyway, so so if you have something like chrome or gold or whatever underneath, well, not chrome but silver. Hello, camera. If you have something like silver underneath, then it makes the metal flake like pop out more from behind, because the light is coming in to hit the paint, and then it's bouncing back out to your eye. So you want the silver underneath acting as a big barrier. And if you don't put something underneath when you do a metallic, you will see through the plastic. Unless, of course, you do like I do and drown the thing 60 times in metallic flake, hoping it all goes away. Okay, so unfortunately, I won't be able to unbox this because it's been built up quite a bit inside, so there's not really anything new for what's in the box. This is, of course, the '78 Dodge Van. My brother-in-law gave this to me. It was his kit originally. He started to build it as this thing with the dual uh, supercharged 318s in the back or whatever, and the other one is the stock version. I like these Mpc Dodge Vans. How about you guys? They work really well. But like, look at that motor there, the dual combo, the tires and the roll cage with the thing. That's cool. The 2x4. 2x4. I need a 4x4 and a 4x6. Wood. Oh, where my hand is the same. But check this out on the side. It says, look for these new car kits from MPC. The Pacer X, the Chevette, the Monte Carlo, the Nova Custom, Datsun pickup, the Volare. Haha, Pontiac Volare. No, Dodge. No, wait, let me think of that. What is that? Volare. Plymouth Volare? Plymouth Mustang 2, Dodge pickup, Pinto, Firebird, the Monza 2+2, the Chevy pickup, Dodge Sport, a Corvette, of course. Always got to have a Corvette in there. Camaro Z28, of course, another staple of the '70s. Dodge van, the Pinto wagon, and a Chevy hatchback. Now, some of these things, round two has popped out again. Some of these things I don't know if we'll ever see again. A '78 Datsun pickup from MPC. Or did we see it? I don't remember. In case you're wondering, here, 1977 Fun Dimensions, General Mills Fun Group, when the cereal company was involved with MPC. Dodge Van, two blown V8 engines, header, roll bar, hollow vinyl slicks, Krager Mag wheels, wheelie casters, stock tires, and wheels. Designed from official factory blueprints. Hey, there's Big Charlie. Hey, Big Charlie, you got to go back on this video because I'm talking about CB radio codes. Like, they're on the side of this. So we got feed the bears, and put the hammer down and all that kind of stuff. But I talk about all of them a little earlier in the video. So when this one stops, you can go back and let me know. Like, do you guys still use those? Okay, this one is really awesome. But again, it's one that it's missing the most crucial part in here, which is this amazing decal of the 34 Ford matching up with the van wheels. This thing is amazing. I got this one at one of the I belong to a model car club, or I did. I should go back there. They meet on Saturday nights. Uh, yeah, big shout out to the Rocky Mountain Tabletop Model Car Group. There you go, if any of you are watching. So at any rate, this one is more of a 7980 type van. I believe. Oh, 78. Wrong on both accounts. The decal is missing out of here, which is sad. And there's a couple little bits. I got this from my friend Roy, and I believe it was Roy's. But inside, like the ribs on the roof over here, sorry for the crunchy parts. The ribs on the roof over here, Roy filled in and sanded off, so it's smooth. And then, of course, everybody cuts that big sunroof out of this thing. So it doesn't have a fresh body in there, but nothing else has been painted. This thing has some really cool camper stuff in it, as you can see here. And again, they've got that funny, the cutoff bit of the roof up front, so you can almost make this like an open touring car from 1912 or something. I don't know how well this would look as a van. You know, some of these custom vans were really nice, and then others ended up being really gaudy. So it's just a matter of how you did it. Anyway, there's the side view, and I mean, look at that. That decal is just amazing. Like, I wish someone could reprint this, because that's one that sold me this kit. Unfortunately, it was all gone. I think Roy gave it to me for free anyway, so sold for zero. What's it say on the side? Two great building versions. Build either one, or mix parts to build your own custom version for the modeler of moderate experience. Molded in color. Yeah, it is. It's a metallic silver. Molded in cement necessary for assembly. Models may be painted to match illustrations. Paint and cement not included. Again, one from Fun Dimensions. So, is that everything? Nope, not yet. Hang on. I have to lean back. Actually, before I do that, I can show you some of these Mpc Dodge Vans. This is one I built as a kid. I had a spoiler on the top, but it snapped off somewhere. The glue burns are evident. But I don't know if you can see in the top. I tried to dust this, but it didn't work out too well. White and red upholstery. I thought that was pretty cool back in the day. And it's got that little table inside there, but very dusty, very musty. I ended up repainting this with a brush. Kind of ripply. It looks worse, not on film. Thanks, Harry. See the little decal off the back here with the girl sitting on the bomb? That's actually from a model airplane kit. It's one of the Lancaster B-52 or something, one of the nose decals. And that little silver square is actually from a computer disk, a 5 1/4 floppy disk. That was the little one you bent over if you wanted to copy protect your disk, because remember, it had the notch in the side, and that's how the computer used to read it. If there was a notch there, you could copy on the disk. If the notch was not there, you couldn't. Welcome to your 1979 computer technology. I can kind of see inside there. It's got that big Dodge thing. Oh, Mr. Webcam's back. Anyway, yeah, so just ignore Mr. Webcam. Oh, looks like the drive shaft came unhinged. Doesn't even reach anymore. Oh, the motor came out of here. Ooh, how do you fix that? Remember to always scrape the paint off your contact surfaces. Something I didn't know when I was young. Well, my dad told me, but who listens to your dad, right? Anyway, looks like it's also got a bit of alignment issue up front there. That tire. That tire is really, really close to that front of the wheel opening. It should be back about a 1/16 of an inch. Is that crooked? Is that crooked? I don't know. Maybe it is. No, it's crooked back from. No, I don't know. Okay, that's really weird. Yeah, that whole rear axle needs to be back about 1/16 of an inch, because it's the same on the other side. Unless I didn't push this forward. I don't know. Okay, if you thought that one was sweet, you should see how I can build a model about 2 decades later, which is interesting. Time is crazy, eh? I built this thing when I first moved out here, the next one coming up. And Big Charlie has a Charlie's Angels van, but does he have the girls? That's okay. Anyway, so for the difference in style, this is one I built when I first. Oh, there goes the stand. Hey, that's better. Now I can sing. Anyway, when I moved out to Alberta, Pardon me. When I moved out to Alberta, I joined that Rocky Mountain Model Club, and then I built some more stuff out here. This was like the early 2000s. But Charlie has 3 daughters, so I guess that kind of works. They're your angels, right? Now, do they fight crime? Anyway, you'd probably say yes. uh, um, right. So I joined that Rocky Mountain Model Club, and we built some models and stuff too. And right around about 2003, maybe 2005, dun, da, 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 I built this using the Dodge van. I had the decals from somebody. Somebody recreated these. But sadly, the original back decal was not there. So I had a laser printer with the decal film, and I printed off this. This was a font I had on one of my older computers with the 3 singers from Kiss there. And then I had the Die Nasty, which was the font for Kiss. And I put Destroyer off the back just so it all fit in because the Chevy van doesn't have windows in the back. And I think that decal goes up into the window area. But anyway, I tried to make this as 1970s as I could. It's got a California license plate, which I think is a bit later than the 70s one. Again, and then there's the other side, the Destroyer album with everybody there. And now if that's too bad, it's got a bit dusty. Let's see how well this picks up. Inside here, we have a leopard skin. Hey, thanks. Thanks, Frizzo. We have a leopard skin, what do you call it? A record player and a TV. And if you guys are wondering where that record player and TV came from, check out AMT's 1963 Chevy Impala. I think that's right. I think that's where this stuff came from. Oh, the record player is sitting on those cinder blocks that came with the 50 Ford. And what else? Here, let's see. Can you see in through the back? It's got that light ring. You can kind of see that record player there. And then the TV. Where are you? I used a rainbow kind of paint job, and then I put more of that Dynasty font. Yeah, the autographs too. The Dynasty font is on there, and it says Kiss. So it's sort of like the TV starting up with a Kiss concert. I used the chain steering wheel in here. Oh, there. Can you see that? That's a chain steering wheel from the Chevy Impala Lowrider from AMT. And then I painted all the upholstery in here with a root beer colored metallic paint. Oh, I made little records. I use that Dynasty thing with there's like Star Child on there in that halo from my light thing. And then that funny little TV thing, that was a center console again out of what do you call it? One of the AMT 60s customizing kits. It's supposed to be a center console mounted TV. So what I did is I got some little square blocks of evergreen styrene and I cut them off, and then I drilled a hole in there and I used those pins with the round balls on the top, from like map style pins, and I made controllers. So for those of you that remember the 70s, that is your Vex Trex. Yeah, I cut the roof out. Oh, there goes the hood. I also opened up the hood so you could see the engine in there, which you can't really see the engine in there because the way these vans are. That's a nice thing about the 77 Ford is that, here, I'm just going to go grab that hood. Oh, yeah. Pardon my reach. I put hood hinges on here, but I had to break them off because they didn't work. The hinges I used were from one of the AMT, more interesting model kits that came out in the 90s. They had the scissor hinges and everything that looked correct. I wired that engine in there too. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. See, there's 2 hoses going into the side of that engine block. On the other side, there's one going into the heater hose, or the heater element. Oh, here's underneath. I put in some brake lines. That red brake cable is actually from an alternator. When I took auto body collision repair, and I also took high school mechanics. I took high school mechanics every year that it was available. So that would be a lot of years. what is it? The beginning of grade 8 to grade 12 or something to that effect. I even got a scholarship for it. Anyway, our shop teacher in the back had a whole bunch of junk and car bits and whatever else. That hood's not going to stay on there. And in that collection, he had a busted, I do believe it was a Chrysler alternator. And I asked him if I could have it, and he said, "Yeah, sure." Inside is like 10 billion pardon me, 10 billion miles of coiled red wire. And if you take the wire and you cut a section of it off and you tighten it up into your vise, if you got a vise, how many vices do you have? Smoking, drinking. No, anyway, if you take the wire and you put one end in the vise, you can grab a pair of pliers and wrap in just a bit on the other end of the pliers and then snap it. And that wire will become perfectly straight all the way out because, again, it's that quick tension snap. And then you can take it out of the vise, cut off the funny ends from the vise pinching it and from your pliers. Take that super straight wire, and then you can use it to wire engine blocks for model kits because it's all, I think it was 1/6, no, 32 of an inch diameter. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I've been using it for years. It's got some burns in it. That's why it was thrown out, but you can scrape that off. You can strip the red off and get it right back to metal, whatever you want to do. So that's those two builds. Okay, got to lean over. Let's do this one. This is one that's coming up. I don't know when because it's late 80s. But I have one of the Screechosorus from Jimmy Flintstone. Came with the surfer guy and the Jimmy's version of a rat fink guy, I guess, and that surfboard and those nice photo etch wheels. There's no motor in this thing. This is just a curbside, as we called it. 1/25th scale resin slammer kit. Okay, slammer curbside, same deal. This is limited edition, and it looks like Jimmy's even signed it with the numbers. 738 out of 2,000. So do I actually paint and build this thing? Or? Probably. This has the tar tape in it, so you can make those cool graphics. You put down the tar tape, you paint the thing. Actually, you paint it first, put down the tar tape, paint it your second color. So I guess this would be the purple, right? You always paint the lightest color first. So then you strip off the tar tape and you get that really cool looking rip effect. Oh, speaking of vans, if you guys are interested in it, over on my website, I actually have some Monster Hobbies merchandise. And one of the things that you can buy for like $3 is this sticker. And I've designed it to fit 1/25th scale. And I've also done it in left and right hand side for 1/64th. So you could put it on your Hot Wheels super vans and that sort of thing. And I've got a group build going on that nobody knows I got going on because I don't know why. I guess I'm not one of those channels where it's like, hey, I got a group build and everybody jumps in. But anyway, my group build is to build a Monster Hobbies utility vehicle, and I just supply you out with the stickers. And I've only had one guy do that, and that's my good friend James. But apart from that, I don't know. Some of these things just never catch on. Anyway. Now this is one that kind of got a bit of High River flood love from 2013. And this is the Lindbergh, Illinois State Police Dodge Caravan. Now, I got a whole ton of these, but somebody removed the police parts because I think somebody wanted to resin cast them or whatever. God, this box is horrible. Why did I grab it? I've got a good one somewhere else. Maybe because it was convenient. But the show must go on, as they say. This one's a super snap. I'm going to build it because I know I can't sell this thing. It's got a nice sticker on the side. This is for parts only. Well, but still. Soccer mom does whatever a soccer mom does. I'm terrible. Anyway, yeah, but still, I mean, okay, it's a Dodge Caravan. I mean, it's not that bad. Actually, this is quite the nice kit for a beginner. You've got that whole underbody, sort of like Johan AMT stuff of the 60s. Just paint it, pick it out with your dry brushing. Okay, so that's for the Chrysler guys. Finally, I have this. Whoops. That big old Coca-Cola Louisiana van. And that one, I can't really show it too well. This one came out in the 90s when the AMT started doing that Coca-Cola thing. And the 1940 Ford was part of that, and the Ford, what's the van? The truck, the pickup truck, the Ranger. But yeah, that, and then there was another one in that series, and these all came with sort of the 90s Coke logos. So my dad built one of these. He converted it into a fire truck, used the frame and everything. So back at my dad's place, there's parts of this sitting around somewhere. This is sort of more of the big scale trucks, Louisville delivery. I don't know if you'd call this a, well, yeah, it's still a van, right? But it's not really like your regular Ford vans and whatnot. This is more the big boys toy. But yeah, this would be a cool one. It's still shrink wrapped. I don't know if I want to open it or not. Hard to say. Anyway, let's just bounce back a van or two, and I'll show you what's going on inside. Just gotta be careful. So I think Big Charlie and Frizzo are from the same neighborhood here because they obviously went to the same show. Okay. Anyway. All right. This. Wait, before I show this, I'll show this. This is what is inside. What I'm going to show you next is what I've been building with the van that my my brother-in-law gave me a long time ago. I kind of stripped it down and started again, in a way. Oh, hang on. Before I lose that wheel. There it is. I wish that sun flare wasn't in the way. This top, I made a spoiler by cutting up a 66 Thunderbird roof. Although, unfortunately, there's some deep sanding scratches in here. So I'll have to perfect this out. And I used Tremclad enamel, and I guess I got a fisheye right in there, which is unfortunate. I hate getting fisheyes in. Always so tough to deal with them because you think you got that area cleaned and then you paint again and it comes right back up. The back window, it got popped out. So you can see a bit of blue in here. And right where that crack is. The blue was the original color my brother-in-law. God, my brain's shutting off when I have to say brother-in-law. Yeah, so I tried to take that window out, but it busted that post. So it can go back in okay. I just need to paint that black with a brush, I guess. Then there's that white rear bumper. The decals I want to put on here are from, what was this one from? Trying to remember the kit. But that Black Knight has to go on that side of that van. There's no way it can't go on there. It's got New York license plates in Kansas. Kansas. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, Toto. Hang on, I got to put this mic down for a minute. And the stand is on the ground. Hold on. Let's fix that part first. There. You go there. Okay. So what I want to do is just pop this body off. Oh yeah. How many ways can I break this? No, okay. Let's not talk that way. Ah, boy. Frizzo blowing up your model kits. There's where I got with that engine compartment. And originally, I actually made a new interior bucket for this, but it wasn't working out, so I went back because I didn't really want pleated upholstery sitting right beside those V8s. Nobody wants that, right? Uh, Look at that seat. I painted it light blue so you can see it. The roll bar is painted with this sort of process I have. So I spray painted it white, and then with the spray can, I sprayed like there's a part here, and I sprayed over here, and I let the wind kind of blow the little paint particles into there, and turned out not too bad, as you can see. I don't remember if that's the kit steering wheel or something I fished out of the part box. It looks very stock, very non-racing. I like how the V8s, they go down into this triangular um, drive belt pulley system, which hooks right up to the diff. Uh, yeah, Big Charlie, I've got a Vandal, but it's like missing so many parts. It's not even like it's got the body, a bit of the frame, and that's it. So I'll have to get a Vandal one day. Look at those exhaust manifolds. So what you have is one engine is one complete side, as is the other. Love that thing there. So one of these days, I need to build these. I need to build them for YouTube. I need to build them so you guys can see them and say how great I'm building them on YouTube. The problem is I don't know how to film that. Because if you look at like HPI guy, right? He'll go, "Hi, it's HPI guy, and today we're going to open up this. Rip, 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 done. All in one video, right?" It would take me like 6 months to make that video because I use enamel. The enamel paint takes a week to dry. Um, hmm. So how do you just go? What I need is acrylic paint, an ice warm drying booth, all this jazz I don't have, and airbrush. I have an airbrush. I don't like it because it's difficult to clean the thing. You know, ah. So Jovic is asking me if I ever built a Ford Mustang, and I have built a few. What I'm thinking of doing is on these live streams is just showing you sort of what I got and how I'm built it and what I'm working on and what got stuck in the box for 16 decades. And here's some more. I think I'm going to put these on this van too. These are from the 36 Ford. But yeah, I can show you guys some of that stuff as my life goes on and I become an old man. There's our grill that I did. You can see the nice detail washwork in there. I did a PT Cruiser actually, and I used photographs from the car dealership, and that thing looks so real you can't even tell it's a model, although it's a PT Cruiser. What's going on with this? I don't know. There's those stock hubcaps. That's pretty nice. Okay, Harry, thanks for joining us. We will see you again, or you can catch the rest of this later when it goes live to YouTube. Or not live, recorded to YouTube, whatever it does. Okay, that's going to be fun to put back in the box later. One thing I'll show you guys, or another thing I'll show you, is this one that I got from Roy. Really, hold on. Yeah, so this is that one from Roy, the kind of camperized version of the 78 Dodge van. Now, this one is really, really interesting because, of course, when Harry leaves, I got to show the interesting one, right? Anyway, what makes this interesting is there are so many different options in the top here for putting together your little camper love van or whatever you're doing that it's like, okay, what pieces do I use? So there's the regular right hand side, left hand side seat that's in this with a little table in the middle. Then there's you could do that, or you could put the seat in, and then there's like an extended bed sort of thing that you can put in that one. And then what else? There's a kitchen sink and a bunch of other stuff. Well, I tried to put this stuff in, and of course, nothing really fits properly. They all jam into each other. So I kind of came up with this, if you can see it. So we've got the two seats, the retaining wall, and then I've got the sink up there. There's a little space for you to actually get in the van on the other side. And then the bed part would go there, and then that other seat would go there, and there's no table because the table you'd knock it in with your knees getting into the bed. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, there. So this is how I got it from Roy. And as you can see, somebody, see, I don't know if Roy built this or not, but somebody did. So somebody filled or tried to fill in all these little roof, what do you call them? Sunken in racks. They filled it in with something. The putty or whatever they use sunk into there, and then they painted it. And now you can see, oh, frame rail or roof rails or whatever. You can see them all the way through this thing. So I don't know. And what's sad about it is they painted this with the metallic blue, and it was really full of orange peel. So I sanded this and kind of cut right through the silver underneath. And basically, we got to start again. So that's kind of a bit of a hang up with this, although the color would have been nice. Okay, so this is what you get inside this thing. There's a cabinet for the sink. Sink goes on top when we find the sink. There's those side panels that you guys recognize from building this kit. Sort of like shingles inside your van. Does your van have the shingles? Yeah, there's that divider wall. You got the nice dashboard. Oh, this is where everything falls apart. Okay, so here's this bed. As you can see, it's very wide and again, pleated. Okay, stuff's gonna fall out of here. So I gotta be careful. There's a pleated seat that goes into the back. Yeah, this one's kind of rare to find. And I dumped a whole bunch of other stuff in here too. Took me forever to figure out what this was. It's actually a two-part pillow for the bed. It's like a cylinder with a big seam around it. So that was always interesting. And of course, there's our interior tub. Now, the thing was, I don't know if I can show this. When you put this in, guess you guys can hear this clinking away. You put that seat on the other side, and hopefully this doesn't go crash. It's going to go crash. See how much room you have between the seat and the other seat. So, like, man, how do you even get your feet into that? I don't know, let alone a table. And if you guys want, there's a center insert for the Kiss van I showed earlier, and it's even flocked inside. So that's always cool. Fun times. Where is the sink? I got to put this in a Ziploc bag. Everything in here is going to get lost. Oh, what's this? TV set showing something. Oh, I see what it is. It's supposed to go this way. The knobs are down below, and then these are trees. So you're looking at an alpine scene. Okay, Charlie, we'll see you again. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being one of the 8 people tuning in. One day I'll have 1 million people on this channel, and they'll all be firing comments right down the thing, just like on the guys that have 1 million subscribers. And I won't be able to keep up with that. Just like how I can't find the little sink. Okay, forget the sink. Everything back in the box. So what do we got for time here? I've been on this stream for an hour. Is that enough? Are you guys sick of me now? That's just a joke. You can never be sick of me. I can go on forever. Anyway, how's that for confidence? Okay, putting this away. How's that for dad humor? Well, I think that is pretty much a wrap, though. In that whole hour, we went through, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 models. Things we dream become true. So who knows? Maybe we'll get 1 million subscribers. I probably will, but I would like to make that a speed record. Yeah, like one of these guys that has their YouTube channel just explode in 3 videos, but we'll see. That is quite a skill I have not yet mastered. Let's put it that way. Hey, OG Garage, how's it going? Danny says hi. Danny is kind of hiding right now. You'll see him in one of the upcoming videos. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I need to make this channel like a 5-day-a-week video coming out every day thing. But that is a lot of editing, thinking, footage, live streams to make it happen. So I guess I better get going, right? Anyway, let's see, what else? Is there anything else? Is that it? I was considering putting up the woody panel vans and stuff like that, but I don't know if that quite fits a van or it fits its own thing. I guess they're kind of vans, kind of not. The AMT is re-releasing the 29 Ford Model A panel van, and I've already done an unboxing of the earlier version of that one from round 2, I believe. And I've actually built that one twice. One is a pickup truck, and one is the Woody Wagon. And I used Woody Wagon parts that were left over to build my own version using 29 Woody for the body, and then the 27 Model T. I'm just looking at it on my shelf now for the fenders. And then I believe I used the Model T engine cover from one of the Hot Rod Model Ts because it kind of matched the dimensions of the curvature of the 29 firewall and the Model T, I believe, radiator that I used. Yeah, I used the radiator from the 27 T. I can't remember now how that worked out. Like where I got the radiator from. And I put a bar in it just to make it look like a not Model T, sort of like a My Mother the Car thing. Although, yeah, anyway. But that's sitting on the shelf, so I was going to save that for another day for showing the Woodies and station wagons. But anyway, so I guess that could wrap up my live stream, unless there's something else we can think of. Spur of the moment. I could show a little more on these Kiss vans that I made, because I just saw something here. And I don't know if you can pick this up. If you look on the dashboard, you can see this little kind of funny brown thing that's popping up right there. That is actually the tiki head from the 57 Chevy Shifter. And I thought I would put a sort of a tiki mug inside there for more of that kind of Polynesian thing. Because I know the tiki scene sort of re-popped up again in the 70s. A lot of places like Trader Vic's and all the rest. It's pretty good. I actually sell tiki mugs as well, but I have to put them on my website. Not too many of them. I designed a container to send them in. It's actually 5-sided. There's nothing you can crush that with if it's got 5 sides. It will not collapse. It's indestructible. Came up with it out of my own thoughts. Perfect container for these things. 5-sided. You can almost like put 400 pounds on that without crushing that shape. It's amazing. Yeah, and I figured it out mathematically by looking at something on what was it? It's a Google search. If you type in pentagram, how to make a pentagram, it actually draws it out and tells you the mathematical formula for each of the 5 sides to get them all equal and everything. Interesting stuff, this internet. Okay, so I guess that pretty much wraps up this live stream. That was good. I kept on topic. It wasn't like the first one where I was going all over the place. I guess I can tell some other stories here if we want it to go all over the place. I don't know. Vans being the topic. Actually, speaking of vans, we always go to the local car show out here in High River, and that is the, what are they called now? River City Classics Show and Shine. And every show, there's always, of course, vans. So when you look at something like this on your model shelf, right? 37 Chevy Panel van, you tend to think that this thing has a big cargo capacity back here. And then, especially like the Model T, right? Oh, it's buried in here. Of course, typical. Let's just move stuff. Ooh, let's gonna be a disaster here. So we're gonna pretend to be a psychiatrist for a minute. When you see this image, what does it mean to you? What thoughts come to your head? No, anyway, my thoughts is there's a lot of room back here to pile a whole bunch of stuff, right? That's my thought. So when you actually go and see this thing at one of those car shows, you find out that this thing in the back has enough space to fit a chair into, and then that back area is completely full. And you're like, wait a minute, how did they build a nation on something that, just a swivel chair in the back completely fills? How did they ever move people from house to house or carry like 18 million milk jugs out to the farm in one of these things? That amazes me because there's nothing in behind there. Maybe like 3 square feet. So as nice as they look, how did anybody ever run in these things? Like how did people fit in the Willys van and all that stuff? Like they must have been shoehorned right in there, side to side, like in a phone booth. And again, all you can fit in here is, you couldn't even move a mattress in this thing. So that always amazes me. But of course, then they had bigger trucks like a Louisville truck version of that, like the Ford Double T and the Double A. Those things were huge. But just for the regular guy and the little small businessman and whatnot, I mean, how'd you get that stuff in there? How did your grandparents move a house in that thing? That always amazes me. Anyway, so that's my wrap up story. I guess we should all go home and get back to our lives here for another week. Next week, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this live stream. I've got something I got to do. Uh, I might postpone it till like a Friday or something. We'll have to see how it is. But if not, I'm going to try to make these every Wednesday. So we might miss one, come back to the next one the next week. That's okay. I can only go so far. At any rate, should be good. So, unlike last time where I just got an abrupt phone call, okay, not going to happen. I guess I can actually wrap this up properly. So, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thanks for helping me get up to 1,000 subscribers. We just actually got up to 1,013 as of last time I took a look at my YouTube channel. So that's always good. The more people growing onto this, the better. This is, of course, better than my Madcap Romanian channel that I have, which is basically my video dumping ground because I've lost total concept of what that channel is supposed to be. Anything that became a Monster Hobbies video ends up over there. Unboxings end up over there. Like, because it's monetized. So if I want a little YouTube paycheck, I got to put something there for someone to see. But it's not a focused channel. Whereas this channel, the Monster Hobbies Model Car Garage, is sort of everything I can do on a targeted subject: model cars, unboxings, builds, show and tell, reviews, live streams talking about model cars, all the rest. So in that regard, I actually have a good group of friends of, I guess, model car family, like all you guys. And from there, I can actually build a proper channel for YouTube. And there's you need 4,000 watch hours in order to get monetized and 1,000 subscribers. So thanks to all of you, we've broken that 1,000 barrier. The watch time is tricky because, of course, that's everybody looking at these videos, watching them from start to finish, and then having that all calculate up together in YouTube's big computer brain until it hits that 4,000. Then it releases. So right now, as it stands, last time I looked, it was 3,400 and something or other watch hours. So we're there. We're almost there. 600 more to go. Then I can do stuff like open up a members page. If you guys want to support me as a member, but then I got to think of new content to put on the members page. Okay, anyway, exclusive stuff like, well, if I was to do that, do you guys really want to watch blooper reels? Like me, Danny messing up lines. Actually, I got some funny stuff with me and Danny. Kind of jived off each other and got a really good, funny, strange thing going one day. I got to dig all that up. Like Danny saying stuff like, Lassie, eat your heart out, all this silly stuff from, like, I've got a lot of movies and stuff that I watch. I'm trying to find everything that I watched when I was a kid growing up because I was born in 74. So you got like, I know the end of the 70s. So like 78, because I'm, 5 years old and consciousness is coming into play. My dad took me to see the original Star Trek motion picture. So I remember sort of the end of the build up there. Thanks. Epic. It'll be rad too, going back to the 90s. Anyway, my dad took me to see Star Trek, the motion picture, Christmas 1979. I always remember that because we had to go downtown and it was this weird movie theater that was like, you didn't know it was there, but then you went up the stairs and there it was, kind of one of those interesting old downtown deals. And I remember like asking my dad, like, what's that guy? What does this mean? Why are they standing in the thing? What are they watching on the TV there? When they're in the that scene where they're in the shuttle hangar with everybody in there, including like some of the Star Trek fans that kept the show going in the 70s and all that stuff. And everyone's looking at the screen going, basically the whole movie. Now we go out in space and look at the big thing. Ooh, ooh, 35 minutes of this big epic, soundtrack going through as everyone's going. Imagine if I did a live stream like that. Let's see how long that took in 2 hours for you guys to all to leave screaming. Anyway, so yeah, so 79. So what was I getting at? So I'm trying to get all these DVDs because we don't have any Netflix and that. I refuse to pay more on a monthly basis, and I can go to Walmart and grab it from a bin for $5. So I'm trying to get all these things. So one of the things we have is, of course, the hilarious House of Frightenstein. Now I don't know how many of you saw that show. Now the fun thing about it is this show was created by Billy Van, who was a Canadian comedian, and what he did was he filmed. The show's sort of like this haunted house thing, but it's an educational thing for a show for kids, sort of based on the old style variety kind of aspect of it. If you don't know, you can always YouTube this thing, Hilarious House of Frightenstein. So it was an hour-long show, but in the States, when they got it, they turned it into a half an hour show by cutting it in the middle and putting the end on the thing. And it had Vincent Price as the not the host, but he reads the intro, and they have him also at the end. And in halfway through the show, he tells some story about one of the characters. So Billy Van played all the monster characters. Griselda the witch, the wolf man, who was like a disc jockey guy in the basement. I am the wolf man, ooh, and all that stuff. Bawana Clyde Batty, who was a professor guy that does. Sorry, he's not a professor. He's like the old British style African game hunter guy with the plinth hat and the big mustache and everything. I am Clyde Batty here, and all this ooga booga, which means, and then he'd say whatever. So he was sort of the guy that showed the animals that you would find at the zoo that you could not have as pets. And then in another segment of the show, he plays Dr. Pet Vet, who is a veterinarian type of guy that shows the kids dogs and cats and snakes and reptiles and stuff that they could go and see at a pet store and buy. And then there's another actor who plays Igor, and he's like this big. Uh, oh, Billy Van also plays a vampire guy, like a Dracula sort of thing. And they have a Frankenstein monster whose name is Brucey. And the concept of the show is they're trying the Igor and the Dracula guy are trying to get Brucey to come back to life, and they never can do it. So they're stuck in the Castle Frightenstein trying to get Brucey back to life. They've been doing this for 800 years, and they haven't paid rent in 800 years, and it's this running joke thing. There's also puppets there that the Count talks to this puppet named Gronk, and the Count is reading Gronk this book that he found at the library based on like everything you wanted to know about car repair or something, right? Everything you want to know about the Titanic, everything you want to know. And then so Gronk, the Count will read him something, and then Gronk will come back with this stupid answer or something like, the Count would say, the Titanic was built in 1843, and then Gronk comes in and goes, uh, oh wow, here's somebody we don't want in this chat. Hmm. First we're getting the perverts, now we're getting the hate people. Oh boy. Well, thank goodness YouTube has a button for this. Yeah, there we go. And so close to Remembrance Day, too. This is why we fought you guys. Report. Report. I am not a report guy. I am Mr. Trevor, the nice guy that runs a nice family-run hobby shop. And here we've got this guy here that wants to promote hate crimes. So let's get rid of him. And the guy before that was trying to get into porn. Go away. Go away forever. Report. Report hate speech. Wow, fun times at Monster Hobbies here. Okay, so getting back to this show. That seemed to clean it up for 0.3 of a second. Let's see what else happens here. Yeah, exactly. Next we might get old Joe Stalin. What else is going to be coming up here? Oh boy. Some people, they just think they can hijack your live stream and everyone's going to go, yay. Anyway. Yeah, so Gronk would come up with this thing. And then Igor had another big puppet guy called the the Grammar Slammer Bammer. So Igor would say something like, I thunk I was in Chicago, right? I don't know. And then the Grammar Slammer Bammer, you'd hear the siren go off. And be, uh-oh, Igor. And there's like this announcer guy says, you've said something wrong. And then you see this big purple puppet behind Igor. And it's like, Grammar Slammer Bammer. And he goes like, I Bammer Slam Igor for saying this thing wrong. And he goes like, whoa, what did I do? What did I do? And then they would have to have like good grammar so that the Grammar Slammer Bammer wouldn't beat Igor to death. Yeah, it was great. And then they had, what's his name? Lost his name, but he's a physicist, and he's got this segment on the show. Oh, hi, Eric from Belgium. How's it going out there? My grandma was from Belgium, Flanders, Flemish. Anyway, so yeah, this show. So I tried to get all the DVDs from it and everything, but they're kind of spotty because the reason why is that the Wolfman was a disc jockey on the show, a werewolf disc jockey. And then he's got this screen in behind him as well. And so he'll say, we've got a nice tune going all the way back to 1968, and now we're gonna play, I don't know, whatever the song was, Amos Moses. We're gonna play Amos Moses, and then he put it on the record player, and he's like, dig it, and then he put the needle on. Of course, that's after chime time and all this other silly stuff he does. It's like he's got a clock behind him, and it's broken, and he's got these darts. He says, now we're going to check out what the time is. And he takes the dart and he goes, whew, and it sticks into the board. And then he turns around and says, the time is now 4 o'clock, whatever, right? Funny stuff. So anyway, he put this record on and he'd do a dance sketch with Igor. And then it was one of those 70s flashy walls. And then as you dance in front of it, you go from full color to a black and white silhouette, and then like flashes in behind and all this stuff. Oh, another Flanders. Flanders in the blood. So anyway, the reason why it's so hard to get that show is, of course, they're using full out copyright music. And it was in the 70s when, of course, the copyright laws were kind of loosey goosey, right? Well, now, of course, the copyright laws are like hammered down solid. So, in order to make a DVD of Hilarious House of Frightenstein, they have to find out which songs Wolfman is playing in per episode. Oh, and I'll get to the episode formula of this show later here. They have to find out what ones that he's playing in all these things. And then they have to go get permission from, like, if he plays a Rolling Stones song, they have to go get permission from Mick Jagger or, whatever the studio is. If they play another song, they got to go get permission. So the show is held up from getting all these record contract permissions. But I've managed to get maybe 6 DVDs of this show, and they've each got about 5 or 10 different shows on them each. So that's a lot. Anyway, how they made the show is they figured out all the sections that they wanted. So every section with Igor and the Count, they would dress up in the costumes, in the makeup, and be on whatever set. And they would do every single sketch all in a row. So they'd have one where Igor had shoes or something, and they're talking about his shoes. And then they have one where they're trying to get Brucey to go. And then they have one where they're trying to do something else. They filmed it all in a day or two, every single one. And then Billy Van dresses up in drag as this Griselda, the ghastly gourmet, and she's a witch. She walks in, she hits her head on the fry pans and stuff that are dangling around, and she's got all these funny bottles full of witches stuff like Eye of Newt and all this. So then they filmed all that as one big strip. And then they filmed all the Bowana Clyde Batty stuff. And every character that he was in, they filmed it one big strip. Then to make the show, they took the scissors and went snip, snip, snip in between all the clips and glued them all together and created all these hour-long episodes. Julius Sumda Miller is the professor. Now, the thing with Julius Sumda Miller is I don't think they should be taking these shows from what the Wolfman's music score is. They should be taking them and arranging them to the Julius Sumda Miller sketch, because he's a physicist. He's not telling any, well, kind of tells his own jokes, but he's a physicist, and he's teaching lessons. And the lessons he's teaching are like far beyond kids' minds, because it's all like, here's how physics works. If you do this and that, whatever. But he's showing the theories. The problem is they chop them in between like a minute or 3-minute segments. So he'll start off with a lesson saying, okay, today we're going to be I will show you how this thing in physics works, and this will help you in your exams or whatever. I guess if you're in college, you can watch Hilarious House of Frightenstein and learn physics lessons from Julius Sumda Miller sketches. But the problem is he'll get halfway through showing you something and it'll cut, and you've got to wait until who knows when that other half of that lesson section will get reconnected to the other stuff they scissored all up and stuck back together with Scotch tape, because that was sort of the thing back in 35 mil film days. I've got sketches or my DVDs of that, and in one thing he's showing you, if you take a flat plate of metal with a handle underneath and you put sand on it, and then you take a bowstring from a violin and you cover that with rosin, right? And then you take the thing and you go "wee" on the square edge, how the sound waves will vibrate on that plate and then make a pattern with the sand. And then if you go "wee" on the corner, it'll shift all the sand into a different pattern, right? Problem is he starts to do that and then it cuts. So where's the other half where he shows you the theory behind it or, whatever. And then you get into another. So on the next disc, there's another segment of his show, and he's like inflating a balloon, and he's showing you how you can stab it with a pin and it won't pop because of something to do with. Oh no, well, that's kind of the wrong thing. He's showing you like he's got a stick, a ruler. Now I'm doing Julius Son Miller lessons. How about that? So if you balance the thing, this will not balance because I'm holding this mic. You can balance it there, right? And it'll have equilibrium on both ends. So if you put your finger in there, you can move your fingers out and have it balance. But if you put your fingers off balance and you move it and you move it, when what does it end up to be in balance? And sometimes it's not even. And it's really fascinating stuff, right? If you're into physics and want to know that. But then it cuts in the middle somewhere and you don't get to see the other part of the result. And they haven't released the other part because no one knows where it is. And it's probably sitting on something where the musical copyright artist is going, no, you can't use Start Me Up. I won't give you the right. So we lost the whole whatever Julius Sumter Miller is, and we lost the physics lesson. Anything else on that show is kind of irrelevant. I mean, but that's the for me, that Julius Sumter Miller sketch is the driving force of it. I want to learn physics, and it's being hacked off somewhere. So I got to go get a book on physics. Who wants to do that? Or I guess I can watch it on YouTube. I wonder if anybody's actually sliced that back together on YouTube. They found the missing part. Somebody had it on a VHS with an old top loader 1970s VHS cassette thing that somebody taped way the heck back. And there's that section there, and you could cut, reform the Julius Sumter Miller sketch. But Vincent Price was on there, and he always had this scary thing at the beginning, like another day in Frightened Stone. you know, don't come alone. And then he do the famous Vincent Price, you know, laughter thing. Scared the hell out of the kids. Most scariest intro ever because it would just start with this like dark castle, and then Vincent Price's face would come up as a ghost, and he'd say, "Another lovely day in Frightened Stone. Perhaps however that his sketch. I kind of remember the one at the end where he says, "How does it go?" Maybe I'm mixing the two up. The one at the end, he's sitting in. Brucey is in the background, and he's sitting in a chair up front, and it's all kind of dark, and he's holding a candle, and he says, "Another day in Frightened Stone," something that's sort of like ended, and then he says, "Don't come alone," and then he blows the candle out, and it all goes dark. So yeah, good old show. But I'm trying to get all these things from the 70s and whatnot and build up a collection so that I've got my childhood on DVD, which, of course, being Gen X, was in front of the TV because that was a babysitter in the day. And then we got to wear latchkeys and let ourselves in and out of the houses. Although I was fortunate enough not to be one of the latchkey kids, but still, it was that era. Anyway, I guess that's about it. Hour and 33 minutes. The clock is ticking away. Okay, so I will say goodbye from Monster Hobbies. Remember always to check out our store. Here, let's do this down here. www. Monster dash, otherwise known as a minus sign, hobbies with three B's. No, with two B's. Hobbies.ca. We ship to Belgium. Actually, I ship all over the world. I got it downstairs, but actually, no, I don't. I've got one of them here. This is our Europe map. I need one more pin on this thing, And that, of course, is to go to Italy. I just shipped something out to Italy. But anyway, you can see all the pins. We've got what Finland, Sweden, Denmark. No, not Denmark. Bottom of Sweden. United Kingdom, France, Spain, Germany, Belgium. Told you. And Switzerland. And yeah, I've shipped to Brazil. I've shipped down to Australia, all the way across Canada, and then down into the USA, of course, even to Brazil. I got a, oh yeah, I just showed that. So yeah, we ship worldwide and all the rest. So check us out, and we will talk to you all later. Have a good day out there. Um, build lots of models, and we'll see you on Friday for that Charlie's Angels van. So until next time, everybody, here it comes. Happy model building. Imagine if I had no head on the top and I pulled the hat off and you could see my brain. Okay, anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye. All right.